Thanks for your support as a channel member, Big Chungus! The first half of the 2026 season has been nothing short of amazing for AHGP. 7 victories from 11 races, comfortably dominating the Constructors' Championship, and our drivers are the only 2 realistically debating the Drivers' Championship as well. Today we head to our home race at Silverstone, where hopefully we can stand on the top step of the podium. Hello folks, and welcome to a brand new episode of F1 Manager Creator Team with AHGP. We're getting ready for my home race at Silverstone, the British Grand Prix, and Paul Aaron has some work to do in order to catch his teammate Pulse Potato. Here's the championship standings. You can see just here, Pulse Potato 201 points to Paul Aaron's 195. Lewis Hamilton is our closest challenger on 139, but they're not really in the fight yet, Ferrari. It would need our drivers to DNF maybe twice for them to realistically be back in the game. Today we're going to go through Silverstone, we're going to go through Budapest and to Spa to get us to the summer break, and then we'll have Zandvoort, Monza, Baku, Singapore, Austin, Mexico, Sao Paulo, Vegas, China and Suzuka to round out the season. So we've got a new front wing on the car. That is about it. I think we're designing some new side pods. There's a new underfloor. Did we put the new underfloor on? Let me check. We did. We had that on for the previous race. We are also manufacturing a new rear wing. So we continue developing this car just to stay as a beast, really. It says we're 14th overall, but that's because we've got some things where we're not very good, but we're ridiculous at other bits, like corners. We like corners, and Silverstone has high-speed corners. We are ranked first on the grid for Silverstone. Obviously, it's not that simple because the AI is on hard mode, so yeah, they're making life difficult for us. We've only won 2 of the last 4 races. So we won in Monaco and we won just in Austria, but we were beaten in Miami and in Montreal. So yeah, I'm going to head to Silverstone. We're not going to put a setup on. We're going to simulate qualifying. We're not going to underfuel. We're just going to go to the race, and I'll show you how we get on really out of the 3 races. So let's get to the grid for Silverstone. Alrighty, it's race day at Silverstone, aka the Golden Rock Circuit, aka Bronze Pebble. If you get those references, leave a thumbs up. And let's see how we did in qualifying. Well, it's a home pole position for Lewis Hamilton. He's beaten Pulse Potato by just over a tenth of a second. We are 2nd and 3rd on the grid, ahead of Oscar Piastri, Charles Leclerc, Tao Pourchaire. How's Justin got on at his first home race? Where is he? There he is. He was eliminated in Q1, sadly. Yeah, but he's ahead of all of these other guys. Daniel Ricciardo is doing a much better job for Williams than I'd have expected, but Justin's still getting warmed up, so yeah, there's still more to come from him. Let's get a setup, get a strategy sorted for our drivers. I'm going to go with a medium, hard, soft. Could we, if we do light on the tyres, could we do a 1-stop? Yes, but it would be slower. So in that case, I'm just going to do that. We'll do that. We need to go light on the soft tyres at the end. Let's move that forward a little bit. And Pulse Potato, we're not going to start you on hards. Absolutely not. We're going to put you on mediums. We're going to put them both on the same strategy. And yeah, whoever comes out on top can whoever's in front can have the first stop. I'm just trying to work out why Pulse Potato's strategy is slower. Maybe it's because Paul Aaron is coming in earlier on lap 15. Okay, that would make sense. So yeah, let's bring that forward then. Oh, maybe lap 17 is the optimal lap. Okay, cool. We'll do that. So we can't underfuel. We can't adjust the setup, obviously, because parc fermé. So all that's left to do is the driving options. And let's get ready for a motor race at Silverstone. We picked up double points at Silverstone last year. This year, we're aiming for the top step of the podium. 5 red lights. The lights are out. The race is on. How do our boys get off the line? Not very well compared to Lewis Hamilton. What's Paul Aron doing? Why is he going slowly? Bro has just let Piastri through for basically no reason. Pulse Potato stays in second place. Paul Aron fighting back against the Australian. That was a second and a half. He's just about kept it inside track limits, and he moves up to third place. And we're on our way here at Silverstone, and hopefully we can chase down Lewis Hamilton. Pulse Potato's got a real chance here to take the lead of the British Grand Prix. We are pushing the engine to try and lighten the car a little bit. Pulse Potato takes the lead of the British Grand Prix away from Lewis Hamilton, and Paul Aron dives down the inside at the Vale chicane. They're side by side through Club Corner, through Abbey, and Lewis Hamilton hangs on to the lead. He started on softs, so he's going to be stopping earlier than us. And yeah, we're just in the DRS train now. Hamilton sends it back down the inside at Brooklands Corner. We'll side by side once again through Luffield. We've got yellow flags. Jack Crawford has gone off the track in his Sauber. We're going to play the longer game here. We'll be on the softs later on in the race. If you stop early, you then commit to a longer stint at the end, which can leave you exposed against exactly our strategy. The problem is, how much time will we lose in that crossover period where Hamilton's undercutting us and building an offset? Does that give us an advantage? And we are indeed back in front. And look, it's a three wide into Stowe Corner. That's insane. 3 wide into Stowe Corner there. That was mind-boggling. Okay, Paul Aron is boxing at the same time as Lewis Hamilton. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. But what's the Ferrari driver gone to? It is a set of hard tyres, as has Paul Aron. So we're kind of on a similar trajectory to Hamilton, which means, worst case scenario, we're fighting him with Paul Aron, kind of splitting our strategy in that sense. Pulse Potato stopping in a lap or two's time. Pulse Potato leaving the pit lane now, rejoins behind his teammate. Not surprised considering Paul Aron stopped first, but yeah, that's probably not ideal for him. And he's under pressure now from Verstappen, who we haven't really seen this season since the early races. I thought he would be a ferocious rival to us in the Ferrari. Hasn't quite turned out that way, but he is putting us under pressure now on medium tyres versus our cold hards. Let's get Pulse Potato pushing. And he's got DRS. Can he protect himself from the Ferrari? Just about. It took some robust defending there from the young Briton, and he has successfully held on to P3. Okay, things have changed here at Silverstone. Lewis Hamilton's pulled a 4.5 second lead over what is now a second place Max Verstappen. Ferrari are first and second, and AHGP are slightly on the back foot here. Pulse Potato is third, and will have DRS to fight back against the Dutchman, but it's allowing Hamilton to escape. Yes, we'll be on the soft tyres, but we will need to look after them throughout that final stint. The Ferraris, I don't actually know what Verstappen started on. I'm assuming he started on a set of softs, because if he started on hards, he wouldn't have stopped so early for mediums. Pulse Potato looking for a way through and finding it. Lovely move from the youngster. Paul Aron now looking for a way through as well. We need to deploy this battery that we've built up, see if we can close the now 6-second deficit to Hamilton. Verstappen is doing a brilliant spoiling job for Lewis Hamilton here. He's protecting his Ferrari teammate, and it's working. The Scuderia are foiling us at our home race. Pulse Potato heading to the pit lane. Paul Aron also heading to the pit lane. They were scheduled to stop at the same time, and with an 8-second difference, I thought we might as well. So 2.1 second stop for Pulse Potato. How does the stop go for Paul Aron? Yep, pretty smooth, 2.5 seconds. And we pop out, we're about 3.5 seconds behind Hamilton. There he goes through the loop, and now he's going down the Wellington Straight into Brooklands. We have 3.7 seconds to make up on the Ferrari. We've got to get these soft tyres warmed up first, and then we can hopefully close them down and attack in the final laps of this race. Carlos Sainz sets the fastest lap, but he is in 13th place. He's had a rotten day. Pulse Potato leads the British Grand Prix once again. He's just overtaken Lewis Hamilton, DRS, down the Hangar Straight and round the outside at Stowe. This time he's got enough grip to make the move stick. He just sent it, basically. That is a lovely move, and we lead our home race. Paul Aaron could fall off the podium here and lose yet more points to his teammate in the championship fight as Pulse Potato pulls away from Lewis Hamilton. Let's push with Paul Aaron and see if he can close up to Hamilton, who is starting to drop back a bit. He was he was massively faster, 2.4 seconds quicker than the Ferrari last time round, and he's under pressure from Porsche, who is hunting a podium here. But we really don't want to give him that podium because we want 2 AHGP cars on the podium. Not that we see it because the face scanning. Why don't they just put them on there with the helmets on? That would just be, that would be sufficient, I suppose. And there goes Paul Aaron for P2. We've been pushing on the fuel. He gets the job done around the outside at Luffield. Let's just have a look at the replay. We're on board with the Estonian. Down the inside into Brooklands. Lovely overtaking spot this. And then you can finish the job around the outside at Luffield. And that's exactly what we've done. Beautiful stuff. And we're on our way to a 1-2 finish here. And I'm very happy about it. The crowds are rising for a new king of Silverstone. Pulse Potato has defeated them all. He's passed Lewis Hamilton and he wins his home race. AHGP wins their home race. Come on! Brilliant result. Listen to the cheers of the crowd. A new hero for the British crowd. And Paul Aaron makes it a 1-2 finish. Fantastic stuff. Théo Pourchaire does get that podium because he passed Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari, it could have been a wonderful strategy. It didn't quite pay off because we all went a different way. So I think if we'd done all the same strategy, Ferrari might have had the upper hand. But we had the strategy up our sleeve and the car performance. And that's another W for the purple team. What a sight that is. AHGP first, AHGP second at the British Grand Prix. Lovely stuff. Shout out to Justin, who I think gets his best finish of the year at his home, one of his home races. So he finishes 11th, just behind, 13.5 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo. So I told you there was more to come from Justin Inakaitis, and there it is. He's certainly getting warmed up to things. And Pulse Potato extends his lead to 13 points. It's the biggest it's been all season. Earlier in the year, I think he had a 12-point advantage, and it very quickly swung the other way. So that he'll be watching that very closely. We now we're demolishing everybody. We'll just ignore the constructors' points for now because I think unless we start losing races, we're not going to lose that championship. Pulse Potato up to overall 81. That is interesting. Optics also gaining more stat points. What's failed on the car? The chassis. I think we have a new one to put on there, which we are we manufacturing it? No, we're not. Time for the Hungarian Grand Prix, but first of all, let's find out where we have qualified. Ooh, Paul Aaron on the front row alongside Charles Leclerc. He's missed out by 0.04 of a second. Pulse Potato, championship leader, only 6th. So that could be a tricky day for him. Oh, okay. The game is suggesting a 3-stop strategy for Paul Aaron. What other tyres have we got available? None. So let's do that. Let's not go aggressive on the hards. Let's go light on the mediums. Oh, that's going to be a touch and go strategy, isn't it? It says it's faster, but I'm not sure that's really going to work. Let's sort this out for Pulse Potato. That looks slightly better. We can't underfuel, of course, but we can do this. Obviously, because we're now pushing the engines. Oh, maybe we should have changed the engines. How's Paul's looking? We're in Parc Fermé. We should be able to change it overnight. Let's do that. That might explain why Pos Potatoes down the order a little bit. Fresh engines, there we go. Right, let's go to the Hungarian Grand Prix. 68 and 67% setup satisfaction respectively. But it's not hurting us so far. They've not crashed, but now that I've said that, I'm sure that's going to happen. All right, here we go. Charles Leclerc on pole position. Paul Aaron needs a big result to get himself back into championship contention. The lights are out. The race is on. It's a decent start for the Estonian. Although he's under attack from Théo Pourchaire, who's in the slipstream of Leclerc and swoops into second place. Pos Potato hanging back in sixth place as Paul Aaron returns to second place. He's fought back, and that is good news for him in his hopes of becoming world champion. Justin is in 12th. There he is in that massive pack of cars. Pos Potato down to 7th. So if your name is Paul Aaron, that's good news. But if you're AHGP, that's not good news. We want both our cars at the front, please. Finally, some progress for Pos Potato. He's up ahead of Lewis Hamilton now. He's passed Carlos Sainz. It says 4th there. Is he 4th? I thought he was 5th. No, he is 4th because he's now also passed Lando Norris. We've deployed the battery and he's just gone mad. He's made 3 positions in not a long amount of time, but he's now under pressure from Norris. He defends and retains that P4. I think we're going to be promoted to 3rd. Théo Pourchaire has got an engine problem. He is smoking like a barbecue, and Pos Potato is going to drive through all of this smoke and be promoted to second place as Charles Leclerc heads to the pit lane. Théo Pourchaire joins the McLaren driver in there, but he will be staying in there for good this afternoon because that car is done. Into the garage he goes and out of the race. Virtual safety car has been called. Why have we got a virtual safety car? This is a lovely opportunity for us to box, although Paul Aaron, this is not anywhere near his pit window. We didn't go light on the tyres and we're going to pay the price for it, to be honest. Let's bring him in.
Box.
Let's also bring Pos Potato in. This is why we've got a VSC. It's Jack Crawford. Oh, round it goes. And into the wall. That is a hefty accident for the young American. But it gives us an opportunity to pit. And will we... Oh, I don't know. Will we come out ahead of Leclerc? Let's see. We might be right behind him with Paul Aaron. It's not a particularly long pit lane. Oh, we are right behind the McLaren. Look at that. That is delicious. Let's conserve the tyres for a bit. And once we get back up to speed, we'll put the hammer down. Just coming to the end of lap 39, we have cut Leclerc's lead over us from 3 seconds before the first pit stop to just over a second now. We are light on the tyres with Paul Aaron, desperately trying to make some sort of strategy work for him and give him a chance of winning this race. Leclerc will be going in for a set of hards not too long from now because he's at the perilous 30% point on tyres. Paul has got he's got another 10 laps to do at least on these tyres, so we might find ourselves trying to chase down a big old deficit, but another little virtual safety car could come out and really play into our strategy's hands. Leclerc looks like a good stop from the McLaren boys. He leaves on a set of hard tyres. There he goes. Pos Potato in second place, doing all right, but I think he will just have to finish behind his teammate today, despite the strategy options that he's got available to him. I'm guessing he's got another set where he's got used sets of soft tyres available to him, but Paul has a brand new set to his disposal. So, yeah, we might just be looking at Paul Aaron for the victory today. We have a virtual safety car. There's a car in the wall. I'm not sure who that was. Oh, it's Lance Stroll. But it doesn't really help Paul Aaron because Charles Leclerc is right behind him. A safety car, full safety car, would have been perfect because he could have made the stop and rejoined right behind Leclerc. It's going to hurt Paul's Potato because he is in third and he's now nowhere near catching the lead duo. But Paul Aron, he will lose less time to Leclerc now than he would have initially. So in that sense, it's going to be helpful, but there's still going to be a lot of ground to make up. Decent stop, 2.2 seconds. Let's see what the gap is once we get back up to green flag running. Right, we're about to go green again. There we go. The gap under VSC was about 15 seconds. It'll even out a little bit once we go green again. It's coming down to 12.5 seconds. We're on the soft tyre, so it's going to start closing in more and more. We've still got 15 laps to go. About 11.5 seconds we need to catch Leclerc. We've also got to pass him, and we've got to get to the end in a competitive state on tyres. We can't actually see the McLaren. He's that far ahead at the moment. He's going down to turn 2. This could still be on. The win really might be on because we've just done a lap that's basically 3 seconds quicker than Charles Leclerc. I don't know if he had traffic. I don't think... he might have, actually. There was an Alpine of Sonoda there that could have got in his way. But, I mean, to be fair, we've just done a lap that's 1.5 seconds quicker. No, even 2.5 seconds quicker. So... Paul Aron is flying right now. We are pushing with the engine. Obviously, this is brand new when we put it in. It's now down to 96%. We are managing some wear on the gearbox as well. Maybe we should have changed that, but I didn't even look at it, to be honest. Yeah, we're now within 3 seconds of the McLaren. Hopefully, we get DRS off of this Alpine. That would be very useful. We will get DRS off of this Alpine, which will give us even more speed. Fantastic. We'll have a nice big harvest into turn 1, please, Paul Aron. That'll do. Lovely. Same for you, please, Mr. Potato. That'll do. Right. 3 seconds, 10 laps to go. Go and get him, son. He's got him. He's in DRS range. We've had to burn all of our excess fuel to get here, but that's what it was for. And now, with DRS, we can hunt down Charles Leclerc for what would be a vital win for Paul Aron. He hasn't won for several races. I can't remember the last time he won. But here he comes. Not round there. That's probably not the best place to make your overtake, mate. But Leclerc did try to respond to our pace. He just wasn't. He got it to the 118s, but it just wasn't sustainable for him. Look, 45% left on those tyres. They've still got a long way to go. It's a hot, twisty, horrible circuit for tyres. And Charles Leclerc's hard tyres are screaming enough. Paul Aron's soft tyres are very happy right now. We probably need to harvest here. Make sure we've got plenty of battery to attack next time around. We probably want to get this done a little bit sooner than the last lap, so we avoid an Austria situation where we're scrapping it out in the final corners and not quite sure if we're going to cross the line. Right, here we go. Let's deploy, push. We'll also get Paul driving in clean air. And this should be the lead for Paul Aron.
Just do what you can.
There we go. DRS. Into the lead goes Paul Aron. Excellent stuff. And now he can head off and try and secure his 4th win of the season. A very, very important one here at the Hungaroring. Paul's Potato is 9 seconds behind Leclerc, so he's not going to finish any higher than 3rd. That is an important 10-point swing for Paul Aron to close the gap to just 3 points. Paul Aron reaches the final corner of the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's been a brilliant drive from him. The virtual safety cars have helped, but he's capitalised and wins a crucial race in his fight for the World Championship against his teammate. Charles Leclerc splits the AHGP cars, preventing another 1-2, but Paul Aron takes a vital win for his title chances. Paul's Potato coming home in 3rd, so another good day for the purple team, and we'll move on to Spa, aiming for yet more silverware. So Paul Aron's victory gives him 25 championship points, and there it is, 3 points the gap at the top of the Drivers' Championship. We're almost 100 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton now, who does have 2 race victories this season. Charles Leclerc is closing in on the Ferrari driver. This lot, very, very close. I mean, yeah, next season maybe they'll be a bit closer to us and they'll be a bit more exciting, but at the moment we've got a titanic struggle for the World Championship. Let's see what Belgium brings us. Here we go then for the Belgian Grand Prix, but first, qualifying results. It's Oscar Piastri on pole position just ahead of Paul's Potato, Leclerc, Paul Aron, and then Kimi Antonelli. Where's Justin? He made it to Q2. He starts the race 15th, I think that is. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th. Yeah. Lando Norris, the big scout, well, and George Russell falling in Q2. Although Mercedes haven't been very strong this season. They've really not got this regulation set right either. And it's just the Mercedes thing now. So, 4th and 2nd on the grid. Let's go light on the soft tyres, run longer, and then we'll hopefully be able to do something slightly different with the strategy maybe, but it's a one-stopper. It's a bit boring. But it is opportunities perhaps with safety cars. No rain planned, so yeah, this might not be the most spectacular Belgian Grand Prix, but it's the final race before the summer break. So if Paul Aron can beat Paul's Potato, he can go into the summer holidays ahead. So this could be vitally important for the outlook of the second half of the season. Short run to La Source. There's 5 red lights illuminating in the middle. Both our cars are on the left-hand side. The lights are out, the race is on, away they go. Paul's Potato not quite close enough to lunge Piastri into turn 1. He's looking more at Leclerc than anything, and he fends off the Monegasque, and Paul Aron retains P4. So a relatively calm start so far. Let's hop on board with Paul's Potato. He is right up the gearbox. Oh, he had to lift in the middle of the corner. Wow. And Piastri has just scarpered as a result. We could have been challenging him into Les Combes, but Paul's Potato was too close. He had to lift in the middle of Eau Rouge, and he didn't get the run through Radion that he wanted. Paul Aron's not having a good race. He's dropped to 6th place. We are looking after our tyres, but we're just lacking in a straight line. Obviously, we're probably getting swallowed up with DRS, but Paul Aron, he's like a second slower than the leader. Paul's Potato's just lost 2nd place. We're in reverse here at AHGP. That's probably because we're looking after our tyres more than the AI is right now. So we'll come back to them. It's just becoming a 3-way fight for the lead as well, because Leclerc's pace has brought him within DRS range of Piastri, who continues to lead. Red Bull having a day at the front. It does seem to chop and change who our closest rival is, but we tend to be the constant at the front of the field. So one week it's Ferrari, another week it's McLaren, then it's Red Bull and McLaren today. So yeah, it's been quite interesting to see who we're going up against. But it's not staying the same in that sense. We're now out of DRS range to both of them, and we're going to be under threat from Porsche soon. Paul's Potato continues to scrap it out with Oscar Piastri. We've deployed battery. We still can't find a way past. This is incredibly frustrating. Lap 11, we're a quarter of the way through this race, and now will Piastri be our victim? No, he won't. He resists, does the Australian. And we still stay in 3rd. Paul Aron now up to 4th. We've deployed battery with him, and he's moving ahead of Max Verstappen. And now falling back behind him again. Great. Finally, Paul's Potato has passed Oscar Piastri, but he's not got enough battery to escape. And we're now 3.5 seconds adrift of Leclerc as well, who will certainly box before us. So maybe we can catch him late on, as we have done in the last couple of races against him, but we've got to get there first. So yeah, let's see if we've just left Piastri out of DRS here. Oh, he snuck back in. That was sneaky of him. Hopefully, no, he did get it. I was just going to say hopefully he didn't actually quite get it, but he has. So now we're going to be looking in our mirrors again. Right, Paul Aron's coming in. I've decided to change his strategy to a 2-stopper. We're going to put him onto a set of hards now, and we're just going to crucify them. We're going to annihilate these hard tyres and then put him on some mediums towards the end. That is Daniel Ricciardo. We're going to exit the pit lane just in front of. So go. Well, we could actually make it to the end on these from here, but we're not going to. We're going to attack and we're going to pick up the pace. Pulse Potato now 4 seconds behind Charles Leclerc, who's yet to stop. Oscar Piastri has stopped and will undercut us, so we'll have to pass the Red Bull again. Pit stop time for Potato. Medium tyres, please. Thank you very much. Paul Aaron on those hard tyres doesn't have quite the pace that I thought he would have. Yeah, we'll just have to keep attacking on them and then put him on a set of mediums later on. I mean, we could do that. Yeah, that works. Do another sort of 10 laps on them and then he's going to have a nice tyre offset to chase down a load of other people. But he needs to finish ahead of his teammate to close the gap or take the lead in the championship standings. And he'll be delighted that Oscar Piastri is about to take the lead. I am less delighted because I want to win the race. Interesting development here. So obviously Piastri was very fast and caught us, but he's now had to stop. And he is a few seconds behind us on slightly better medium tyres. Pulse Potato in 6th position now. So he's still a little ways behind Leclerc. Well, 15 seconds. And Leclerc is on slightly more used mediums. So maybe he's going to go for a 2-stop. I don't think so. I doubt it. But Pulse Potato is on course for a solid enough result here. What he's worried about is obviously what Paul Aaron is up to. And we can control that. And right now we're telling him to attack with all of his might on the tyres. They're not overheating. He's just obliterating them. He's going pretty well. He's got a few laps until he stops. So let's see where he pops out, because we could find our two drivers together on track. In comes Paul Aaron for his second stop of the afternoon. We switched his strategy, and this is where we're going to see the fruits of it. Pulse Potato is up to second place. He's 15 seconds behind Leclerc. He's got Verstappen hunting him down. Piastri too. Although Paul Aaron has popped out in 4th place, ahead of Hamilton and Piastri. Piastri's strategy hasn't worked, although Paul Aaron's isn't either, because he's just losing. No, he's fighting back against Hamilton. Keep at it. Keep at it. Yes. Fantastic. He stayed ahead. That's crucial, because now he can deploy through the middle sector and get on with things. He doesn't have to be held up by Hamilton on old hard tyres, and he can put some air between himself and Piastri. And now he's got 5 seconds to catch Verstappen. He could catch his teammate. So Pulse Potato, he could lose the championship lead today. Pulse Potato remains in second place, but I'm not sure for how much longer. Verstappen is all over his gearbox, but they're going to be joined very quickly by Paul Aaron. This group is closing in on race leader Charles Leclerc, but not nearly quick enough to put him under any sort of pressure. Although if he makes a mistake, we could be there to pounce. Potato is just looking to consolidate his championship position, to be honest. He could probably let Verstappen go and then just, well, he wouldn't be able to hold off Paul Aaron because he's on such better tyres. Verstappen's tyres are now worse than ours, which is, it could be useful, but obviously if Verstappen does get through, that could be a problem. So the final few laps of this race are going to be very, very tense. Let's see, does Verstappen have what it takes to get past down the Camel Straight? He does not. A little bit of deployment from Pulse Potato, and he's escaped DRS threat of Verstappen, and now Paul Aaron has the chance to pass the Ferrari. Has he got what it takes? He should be pulling out there and going for the move, but he hasn't. So let's get him driving in clean air and down the inside into the Rivage hairpin. Lovely move, and now he can get off after his teammate. And we've got a yellow flag. Who's gone off? None of our concern. I don't think it was anything. It was Sonoda. It doesn't matter to us. So it's game on between the championship contenders. Who is going to lead the standings heading into the summer break? Right, Paul Aaron has DRS against his teammate. Let's stop him driving in clean air. He doesn't need to do that now, but he's closing in metre by metre, and he's just scythed past his teammate. Pulse Potato had no defence there. Paul Aaron didn't let him have a defence, to be honest. I mean, could he catch Leclerc for the win? If we attack on the tyres, we could maybe close the gap. That would really rub Pulse Potato's nose in it, wouldn't it? He's not only passed him on track, and he's going to take the championship lead now, although I think it would go to count back, so Potato might hang on to it for the moment. Although if he drops to 4th, that would definitely give Paul Aaron the lead. But if Paul Aaron was to go and win the race as well, that would be, salt in the wounds. And it has got worse for Pulse Potato. He's just lost the place to Max Verstappen down the Kemmel Straight. He drops to 4th position. Oh, it's painful for him. The young man leading the World Championship in a big scrap against his teammate. But he could fight back here against Verstappen. He'll have DRS to close in. Paul Aaron is flying. Could he actually win this race? Maybe. He might be able to win this race. He's 5 seconds behind Leclerc. We could still win this. There's Leclerc. Are we going to steal it from Leclerc late on once again and just keep breaking the poor man's heart? Potato up into 3rd. That's Vesti getting out of the way. Thank you, our old chum. He's just blocked Verstappen beautifully. And there we go. We've pulled 1.3 on the Dutchman. And now Pulse Potato can deploy some battery and extend that gap. The gap at the front, now 3.2 seconds. It's game on. Oh, there's some traffic here that's held up Charles Leclerc, and we're now within a 1.5 seconds of the McLaren. We won't be able to push on the fuel anymore because we need some to get over the line, but we could have DRS on the final lap. Pulse Potato's got himself and secured himself 3rd place, so it's going to be consecutive podiums for him. But is it going to be a repeat of the Hungary podium? Aaron, Leclerc, Potato. Here we go. Let's jump on board with the Estonian driver. He's deploying the battery. Let's drive in clean air. Go high overtake aggression.
Can't call him a little bit.
Leclerc defends down the hill, but there's no defence. Paul Aaron soars into the lead. At one point he was like 8th in this race. He was going nowhere. We've changed the strategy and we've smashed it. He's going to win this race. Where is the Ferrari? So the McLaren even. He wears papaya, not red anymore. Let me remember that. Right, we are just about pulling enough of a gap. And Paul Aaron, well, he snatched victory late on from Leclerc in Hungary. We did the same thing on the last lap in Austria. What does the poor bloke have to do to win a race this season? He was under no pressure 10 laps ago. Paul Aaron has rinsed the opposition, closed in on Leclerc, and just had him at the first opportunity, the only opportunity.
Let us know what you think on the time.
And it's going to give him the lead of the World Championship. Pulse Potato will be happy enough with 3rd, but disappointed because his teammate wins brilliantly. Paul Aaron, with an absolutely phenomenal race, wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Pulse Potato comes home for 3rd. More podiums for AHGP. We're absolutely amazing this season.
Going into the pit lane.
That is 10 victories out of 14 races. Just brilliant. And we've won all 3 in this episode. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, Justin's just lost a point on the last lap. I don't believe it. George Russell's beaten him by 0.5 tenth. Poor Justin. He was set for a point and he's missed out. Oh, he's gutted. A spectacular drive from Paul Aaron. Absolutely unbelievable. He's now rated 84, so he is flourishing with us. Good thing we've got him on a nice long contract. None of the other teams can poach him, hopefully. Right, he now takes a 7-point lead into the summer holidays. This is quite the scrap. It just chops and changes with every race weekend that goes by. Look at we've got almost double Ferrari's points. It's just ridiculous. We are demolishing the opposition. It's borderline unfair, but yeah, we are the cream of the crop, and Paul Aaron leads the way for AHGP at the end of the first half, inverted commas, of the season. What a second half of the season we are in store for. Make sure you don't miss a beat, because we're going to be rapidly getting to the end of this season. I think it's going to go all the way down to Suzuka for a final race showdown. Shades of 2014 and 2016, when Mercedes were the dominant car and they had two drivers, Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, at each other's throats. It's not quite as personal or, you know, sort of dark artsy at the moment between our drivers. It's ultra competitive though, and I think we're in for a fantastic run in to the season. Make sure you join me for that. Leave a nice big thumbs up on the video for me. Subscribe for more F1 Manager content, and I'll see you very, very soon. You're the best fans. It's bye for now.